Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tellis back with another Wellness Wednesday episode of Straight Talk Uncut. As I adjust the light, and so Wednesday Wellness, I like to talk about your mental health, mental wellness, as I do more discovery and find out ways to keep my mental health intact as we get older. And as I get older, I discovered just as a camera a little bit, I discovered that that's something to not take lightly. And depending on who you are, depending on how aware you are, sometimes it takes for us to see people in our family go off the rails as far as mental wellness. And, we tend to write off older people as they get older, as it's just a part of getting old. But if you research and you read, you'll find out that it's not so cut and dry. That if you get old, once you get older, your mind starts to deteriorate. Yeah, of course our bodies deteriorate, but sometimes it's not as exact as we think it is. So one of my goals for 2019 was to dive deeper and take a proactive approach to getting my mind and my mental wellness performing at a peak level, and be more concerned and approach it with a sense of strategy. I had this motto that I created. I have this motto that I created called Focus, Create, Master, Evolve. And if you guys heard my old podcast, I actually used to have a podcast called Focus, Create, Master, Evolve. That was back in 2015. And it was based on this acronym, FCME, that I sort of created myself after listening to a lot of different self-help books about finding something to ground you, finding something to bring you back, when you start to just letting things happen. When you start to, I needed something to ground myself and to bring me back to saying, no, dude, you have control of this ship. You have a say in how this is going to go. There's a lot of things you don't have a say in, but your body and your mind, you have some control over that. You have matter of fact, that's probably the only thing in this life that you do have some level of control over, your body and your mind. So let me break down FCME, Focus, Create, Master, Evolve. So focus. So in order to achieve any goal, in order to achieve any task, any goal, small, little, long-term, short-term, you have to have a clear, definite focus about what you want to obtain. Not saying you have to be like pigeonholed, not to say you have to have your blinders on, but when things are going on in your peripheral, of course, take notice of them, but you always have to be able to bring things back into focus. You always have to be able to let all those things happen on the edges, but you have to be able to bring it back in focus, because that's the difference between procrastination. That's the difference between getting your goals done, getting your goals achieved. That's the key to attention, is focus. With all the shiny objects, all the bells and whistles that goes on around us, we have to be able to control what we pay attention to on a daily basis, almost on a moment by moment basis. Because as soon as you're doing one thing, especially if you do business online, if you do anything online, or if you use your smartphone for a lot of things, it's so easy to be, your intention is to do one thing, but then something else pop up. Or as you're going to do one thing that's important to your goal, you see some notification or some new pop-up or something. The same thing with your computer. So you have to be able to shut those things down and bring it back in focus. And you can take it, you can be as anal about it as you want to. You can go as far as taking anything that's going to distract you off of your mobile device, off your computer and whatever, and just totally isolate yourself from those things, at least for a certain part of the day. But it takes discipline to have these times set to where, hey, this is business time, and then I can play for a certain amount of time. Believe me, I've tried all sorts of apps and things to have my time focused, and then between the goal achieving time, play a little bit. You end up starting to play more than achieving your goals. So that's focus. Being able to not just stay focused, but being able to quickly bring it back. So create. I found for myself personally that I have to always be doing something creative. It doesn't matter what it is. With me, it started primarily with photography, with film photography, then moved to digital, then graphic design, all of that. My degree is actually in fine arts with a visual communication. So I have to always be doing something creative. I've tried to. There was a point where, actually, right now, there's no camera in the house other than a camcorder and multiple smartphones. I sold all of my camera equipment, got rid of everything, and I was focusing on this other thing that was creative. And now I found myself wanting to get back into some sort of photography, some level of photography, even if it's just small sensor photography, point and shoots, smartphone, things like that. And this video has become a creative outlet. So it doesn't matter what it is. I have to be doing something creative. The podcasting, working with audio, I just have to be doing something creative. And I have a laundry list of things I've done, from, like I said, photography to hand making paper to trying to marble paper, screen printing. Right now I still do vinyl work. And so I have to be doing something creative. So find your creative outlet. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be even coding. Like, I know there's a creative aspect in coding. If you guys listen to my some of my other podcasts, initially when I went to school, it was for computer science, and I even though that wasn't what I really wanted to do, it was something I thought was going to pay a lot of money. I like reading code. I like more finding errors, finding problems with codes than actually writing it. So, but I have to be doing something that's going to tap into the creative side of your brain, more so than the analytical. I don't have any real patience for anything that's too analytical. I married someone that's analytical. So that's the C. Create. I have to always be doing something creative. And if you don't think you're creative, you'll be surprised. You may find something that's creative for you, that releases those in creative juices and have you feeling a different way that you may not have felt before. So master. So FCME, focus, create, master. Master is about mastery. It's about self-mastery. Self-mastery is that aspect that keeps you calm when you're in rush hour traffic or when you're in standstill traffic. That's self-mastery, keeping you cool under pressure, being able to not react. I mean, face it, we all go through stuff. Nobody is immune from going through anything, no matter what your income is, no matter where you were born. But it's all relative. Yeah, sure. So some of us, we've been through, hardships and obstacles that some people haven't went through and never had to deal with. But self-mastery is about recognizing that anything you do is because of you. It's not because of your history. As an adult, it's not because of your history. It's not because of somebody around you. It's not because of where you were born. Not because of your environment. It's because of you. You have control over that. And self-mastery is about doing whatever it takes to embody that and to be able to not let all of those hardships and obstacles affect your now, affect your present state. And being able to realize that that's what it's going to take to be able to ease through life without compounding all of these things that's going to happen, without compounding that by reacting the wrong way, reacting negatively, reacting badly. You're not going to be perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to be able to recognize when a situation call for a certain thing, call for a certain approach to be able to do that. And that was like I came up with that because I was reacting in a fight or flight mode, and simply because I had to do that when I was growing up. It's almost like if a rapper grew up, rapping gangster rap, but now he's a billionaire, don't live in the hood anymore. It's like you can't, like, self-mastery is like, no, you got to rap about new things now. You're not in that environment anymore. You don't have to you don't have to deal with the same stuff. So your personality should change, your character should change. You shouldn't try to act or be as if you still have these dangers that you really don't. And you shouldn't create dangers to relive your dangerous days. That's self-mastery. And there's ways to master yourself, to master, like, the way you react, the way you navigate life, the way you interact with people, whether you like them or not. There's self-mastery is the embodiment of that. And the last one is evolve. So evolution is something that's going to happen regardless. We have no control. Evolution just happens, right? But there are some people out there that seems to be evolving faster than us, us regular Joes, us mere mortals. And the difference is those people have a purposeful approach to the reason why they are evolving. Now, and I mean, we can talk about athletes, but it's, professional athletes, but it's far past that. All you have to do is look at any sort of competition, reality show like Ultimate Beastmaster or Ninja Warrior or Stronger or the one by The Rock, Titans. Anything like that. Even dancers, even like professional dancers or skiers, snowboard, anyone. These extreme sport games, extreme sports, base jumping, mountain biking, all of these things, not outside of, like I said, outside of professional athletes, they are on another level, and it's because they do what they do with intention. They level up with intention, and it is about leveling up. If you want to be average, then I'm not necessarily talking about you. I'm talking about those of you that want to be on a higher level. Those of you that are on a path to not be average, to not get old like the average person, to not age like the average person, I guess I should say. And you're going to do that with intention. You're going to do that by purpose, by any means, by whatever means you have to. Evolving is about each year you want to get better. It's just about leveling up on all planes. That's the way I see it. And here's a good example. Like you see successful people, and they get a lot of financial success, but then you start to see their physical health deteriorate. When I'm talking about evolving, I'm talking about you're maintaining everything. You're evolving without sacrificing anything else. Now, that may sound impossible, but that's what I'm talking about when I say evolve. I'm talking about maintaining everything and leveling up at the same time. Whatever it takes to do that. I just know that's what I mean. I mean leveling. You're going to level up across the board, every aspect, to something that normal, regular people, average people don't even recognize. And you can do that in your own way. But the intent is to be on that path. Whether you ever achieve it or not, the intent is to be on that path, to evolve. So that's it. Focus, create, master, evolve. And that may have, like it's sometimes when you have something in your mind, it's hard to express it. But I hope I did a okay, average job explaining this or getting this out of my head. So that's it. That's it for today. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Goodfunshirts.com. That's how you can support the channel. Go there, buy something. Tell us at straighttalkuncut.com is where you can send questions, comments, and anything, any comments you have, any rants you have, whatever. Let me know what you think of the video. If you don't want to leave comments, you can send it to their email address. Tell us at straighttalkuncut.com. But that's it. Like I always say, I don't know a lot, but what I do know, I talk straight about. This has been Straight Talk Uncut. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.